Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thoughts from the Throne 20. I'm going to begin right off with a fan question. The question is from Danielle on Twitter. She is at Hill Danielle. Her question is, MATTHARDYBRAND, what are your goals for TNA as a leader if you become world champion? Well, Danielle, very simple. My goal in coming to TNA was to give back, was to help young talent, help build up the brand, because the industry needs more promotions than just WWE. It needs Impact Wrestling to grow. It needs Ring of Honor to grow. And my goal, honestly, was to come back, contribute, give all I can from a physical, mental, and creative standpoint, and to try and make TNA great again. I think it's been great, but I think it has lost its way over the last couple of years, and I really felt like I could make a difference and I could help make TNA great again, and that is my goal. Okay, let me first start by saying thank you to all the fans who have supported me over the last year and a half in TNA. It's been a pretty amazing year. If you didn't see the debut on Pop TV, it was the finals of the World Title Series. It came down to me versus EC3, and in that finale, I didn't win. And basically what happened is the semifinals were earlier that night. I wrestled Eric Young. I defeated him, but he gave me a pile driver on the concrete. EC3 did not beat me. EY and that pile driver on the concrete is what beat me. So I haven't been beat by EC3. I was beat by EY1. So basically I decided after this happened, obviously I was crushed. I won every match in the World Title Series with a twist of fate in my finish. I felt like I had more momentum than anyone else. I was absolutely white hot during that entire time. I spoke with my wife and my family, and I decided to go out and challenge EC3 one more time. And the only thing I thought I could offer him to legitimately get another shot at the world title was my career. If you beat me, this thorn known as Matt Hardy will no longer be in your side. I'll be gone for good. So that happens this Tuesday on Impact Wrestling at 9 p.m. on Pop TV. And I truly and I honestly believe it is my destiny to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I feel very confident in everything I've done, and in the conversations that I've had with my wife and my family and my my brain trust. I really think I have the move to put EC3 in checkmate, and that happens this Tuesday. Now, I want to catch everyone up who may be a new fan of Matt Hardy, who maybe is just a TNA fan, and I just wanted to kind of give you my history. Basically, I spent 13 years with WWE. Towards the end of my WWE career, I had worked myself so hard. I was so beat down. I had to go away. And whenever I left WWE, it was from my own. I asked for my release. They released me. I left. I came to TNA for a very short stint. I wasn't there, though. I wasn't there mentally. I wasn't there physically. I wasn't there spiritually at all. My body was so broken and beaten down. I needed prescription medication so that I could wrestle. I left that point after a couple months in TNA in 2011, and I took 8 months off to get myself right. I had to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the way across the board. And there was one person that I can really put a finger on and say they were there and they had my back and they watched out for me every single step of the way, and that is my wife, Rebby Hardy. You may know her as Rebby Sky. If I tripped, if I stumbled, she was there to stay on top of me. She would chew my ass out whenever I needed it, and she was great. She was very, very influential in helping me get my life back together and my career as well. Once I was healthy enough to go and wrestle again, I started doing some independent bookings here and there. And I thought, hey, I can get back out on the circuit. I can keep myself in shape. It gives me motivation to go to the gym, especially after I wrestle, once in a while. I didn't want to do anything full-time. I knew that I couldn't handle a full-time schedule any longer. So I started doing some independent bookings here and there. The phone rang, and it was Jim Cornette. He called me and asked me to come to Ring of Honor. He said that he thought I could contribute there. And I was like, hey, that's cool, man. I would love to go there and give back. I would love to go and help out the wrestling business and give back. And I did, and I thought I did very well there. I thought it was exceptional there. I worked with a lot of young talent, Adam Cole, Kevin Owens, Jay and Mark Briscoe, the Scum Unit, the Kingdom guys. I felt like I worked with a lot of guys and I was able to help them out. And I felt like I was doing what I wanted to do, and that was give back to the business after the business has been so good to me. I mean, literally, after I retired from a full-time schedule in 2011, I could sit at home on my ass and not do anything. I made millions of dollars in the WWE, and I was fortunately very smart financially. So I'm set, and I am looking forward, and I know eventually I'm going to be a family man. I'm married to the greatest woman in the world. I have the most beautiful baby, the most perfect child in the world. But anyway, sorry, I got off track for a second. When Ring of Honor was going on, everything was good. I helped lead them to doing their first live pay-per-view. Shortly thereafter, my phone rang again. It was big. John Gabbert from TNA. He'd called me and asked me about coming back to TNA, about possibly working with Jeff and just about working with the TNA brand in a whole. And I felt responsible. I felt like I should do that because I felt like I owed TNA a debt. When I was there in 2011, they didn't get the Matt Hardy that really wanted to get back, that was 100%, that really loved the business and industry. They got the burnt-out version of Matt Hardy. So I came back to TNA with the best intentions, once again, to give back, to work hard, to team with Jeff, to help cement our legacy and do, maybe have one last great run as a tag team together. And more or less that happened. I thought we had some amazing matches with the Wolves, with Team 3D. We had a great series with all these teams. We had some great stuff with the Revolution. We won the tag team titles, and almost immediately thereafter, Jeff broke his leg in a motorbike accident. So that was a huge downer because that's kind of the moment I came back to TNA for. I worked hard for it, and I want to have that one last great run to solidify the legacy of Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys. So that didn't happen. I was kind of left with nothing from a creative standpoint and from a roster standpoint. So I came home for a few weeks. I reevaluated my whole situation, my place in Impact Wrestling and my next move in my career. The phone rang again. It was Ethan Carter III. He called and he asked me to come back and be his guy, handpicked guy to face Kurt Angle, to soften Kurt Angle up before they went to a title match. And I did. And he promised if he would give me this title match, he promised me that I would have a title match against him if he won the title down the road. Well, he did. He became the guy at TNA Impact Wrestling, and he beat Kurt for the title, and then he promised me this match, and we had this match. We went to a Full Metal Mayhem match, hell of a match, one of the matches of the year at Impact Wrestling, and I didn't win it. He retained the title. We went to another match, a regular match where I should have won. He did every cheating tactic you could do possibly in the book, and the use of towers, everything else, and he retained the title on that occasion. We finally went to Bound for Glory, the pay-per-view, and it was a three-way dance, myself versus EC3 versus Drew Galloway. And on that night, I fulfilled my dream. I fulfilled what I believed was my destiny, and I became the TNA World Heavyweight Champion in my home state of North Carolina. And it was an amazing night because my wife was there. My baby, Max, was there. He'd been born. It was incredible. My dad, my brother was there as the referee. All these guys came to the ring. We celebrated at the end of the night. It was truly a fairy tale happy ending. But then Ethan Carter brought legal nonsense. He filed an injunction against me. And after speaking with the TNA president, Dixie Carter, I was asked and I relinquished the title. That's all we could do. If not, it would have been held up. TNA would have been in court for months, and there wouldn't have been a program. Enter the World Title Series. The World Title Series starts. I win every single match all the way up into the finale against EC3. And I win every match in dominant fashion. And look at the list of people I beat. Davey Richards, Robbie E., Eddie Edwards, Bobby Roode, Jesse Goddard, Eric Young, all the way to the finals with EC3. And EC3 and I had a hell of a match. We tore it down. EC3 ended up becoming the champion again. So now I find myself at a crossroads. It's either win and become the champion or lose and be gone from TNA forever. And I don't know what that means. That might actually mean the end of my career. And I'm at a crossroads for another reason. When I came to TNA, I came with the best intention to give back, to help out other talent. And it's almost been a very strange deal during this feud I've had with EC3 because the wrestling fans that are diehard TNA fans have refused to accept me in many ways, and they have kind of been very supportive of EC3. I mean, online on social media, it's crazy the things I read, like Matt Hardy doesn't deserve to be in a ring with EC3. Are you kidding me? Matt Hardy is old. Matt Hardy is fat. Matt Hardy is lazy. Matt Hardy's out of shape. Matt Hardy's not a good wrestler anymore. I don't know what these guys are watching. I don't know what they're doing, but EC3 almost has these guys so brainwashed, and these fans are so disrespectful, so unappreciative of me. I mean, I want to ask, do they have just a very poor long-term memory? I mean, where were they at when I created Omega? Where were they at when my brother and I redefined ladder matches and table matches? Where were they at when I was a founding father of the tables, ladders, and chairs match, which has a pay-per-view named after it right now? Where were they at when I started Mattitude, when I was version 1? Where were they at when myself and Rey Mysterio took the Cruiserweight title to main event status? Where were they at when I dropped the leg on Edge off the cage? Where were they at when myself and MVP carried SmackDown for a year? Where were they at when I went to ECW and were having great matches every single week as the champion? Where were they at when myself and Jeff tore down the house at WrestleMania 25? Where were they at then? It's so funny how wrestling fans are so, what have you done for me lately? So just think about that out there, how reading those comments, how that makes me feel. You know, I listen to my wife a lot. You know, she says I am too giving, I am too generous, and she's right in many ways. She has made me more aggressive, and I think that's why I took this aggressive approach towards challenging EC3 for this match. So this Tuesday night on Pop TV, Impact Wrestling, Matt Hardy and EC3 for one last time. And if I don't win this match, then I'm done. And it could mean I'm done forever. And that's fine. If I am, I'll come home and I'll be a super dad. I'll be super husband. And I love being at home. I enjoy being a dad. I enjoy being a husband. And that's cool. And if not, who knows? Maybe I'll show up. I'll be a surprise on a ROH or WWE pay-per-view. Or I'll go into the Hall of Fame, whatever it may be. But this Tuesday, it's all or none. It's do or die. And I want each and every one of you to tune in to watch me fulfill my destiny, whatever it may be. It's either become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion or be gone from Impact Wrestling forever. But regardless of what my destiny is, I promise this Tuesday night on Pop TV, I will paint my masterpiece on the canvas of Impact Wrestling. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for tuning in to Thoughts from the Throne.
Keep coming back. I got a family to feed.
Get with it, boy.